The origins of behavioral neuroscience date back to René Descartes and his hydraulic model. He proposed that the pineal gland directed the flow of animal spirits to different areas of the brain. Luckily, this was an era that embraced empiricism, so that ideas were tested and not just accepted according to logic or intuition. Early researchers, including Hermann von Helmholtz, conducted studies that demonstrated that the brain and nervous system operated using electrical impulses. Helmholtz found that neural conduction is actually much slower than electrical conduction. That's why we can create muscle movement using electrical stimulation, as done regularly in physical therapy.
A lot of times in physical therapy, we encounter muscles that aren't firing properly. Sometimes it'll be post-surgical, sometimes it'll be post-stroke. Sometimes, if for whatever reason, maybe pain-induced, your body has just shut that muscle down. So what we do with Russian e-stim, we apply some electricity to your body using these sticky patches. I've already set up Katie here, and it's going to show you what we've done. We've got the sticky patches on her shin here. And when I turn on the electricity, it's going to start to make her muscle along here fire all by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And we can see when the e-stim comes on, that muscle starting to fire. You can see her ankle moving just a little bit with that contraction.
These early researchers established that neural conduction is biological in nature and neurofunctioning can be studied scientifically. Since the early explorations of the brain, one big question has been whether the different functions of the brain can be traced to specific parts of the brain. There is some evidence that the brain's functions are localized to specific areas of the brain. You may have heard about Phineas Gage. He was a railroad worker whose skull was pierced by a steel rod. He survived, but the damage to the left frontal lobe of his brain changed his personality. He became more impulsive and difficult to get along with. This suggests that the left frontal lobe of the brain is involved in controlling a person's impulsivity. Phrenology claims that the shape of a person's skull can indicate aspects of their personality. Phrenology is an extreme theory of localized brain function, but it's not supported by science. On the other extreme is the idea of equipotentiality. This is the idea that all parts of the brain work as a whole, without any specialization. This notion is also not supported by research. We now understand that our actions result from the interactions of many areas of the brain. Yes, there is some localization, but most of the time, many brain areas are involved in our behavior. So when we are having a conversation with another person, all of these brain areas might be involved.